Today we are going to explore the Zen meditation practice called Zazen. So what does Zazen mean and what is it for? Well, Zazen means simply sitting. And when I first started learning Zazen, I asked, why am I doing this? I wanted to have a reason, I wanted a goal to reach. But in Zazen, you let go of any expectations you have, you let go of any judgments, and when you have thoughts that arise, you just let them pass by. Zazen is part of Zen Buddhism, and the Zen practice originated from the teachings of Gautama Buddha in India when he became enlightened. These teachings traveled all the way to China and then were brought to Japan by the monk called Dogen. So how do we do this meditation? First of all, you're going to find a place in your home where you won't be disturbed. It's a place that's quiet and calm. And you're going to try to find a wall that's as neutral as possible, preferably a white wall, because you're going to be facing this wall while you're meditating. Find a place that's not too cold, and also think about wearing some comfortable clothes that aren't too tight. So as I said, you're going to be facing a white wall. This is from the Soto school, and you'll be approximately between 1 meter and 1.50 meters away from it, or about 4 feet. And you're going to need a cushion. So if you can find, for example, a meditation cushion like this one, it's called a zafu. You have this round shape, you have this crescent shape, and you can also use a towel if you don't own any of these, and you can just roll it up so it's about the same thickness as this one. And then you're going to want to be sitting more in the front part of your meditation cushion because you want your knees to be able to touch the ground. And then you'll also want to find something to put underneath you because you don't want to be directly on the cold ground. So you can or use like a yoga mat, a towel, or if you have a zabuton, which is like this meditation blanket that's quite thick. So for the posture, first you want your back to be straight, shoulders down, and your head, you're going to imagine it's being pulled up. You're not slumping down, you want to be pulled up. And at the same time, you're going to tuck the chin in slightly so that your whole spine is aligned. So for the leg posture, you can or do a half lotus, where you're going to bring up your left foot here on your right leg. Or you can do a full lotus, where you're going to put the other foot on the other leg. Or you can do the Burmese position, which is the one that I learned with and I found was easier for me to do. So you put one leg here against your meditation pillow, and then you're going to bring the other leg against the first one. Or not, you can do it in Seiza with a meditation chair where you're on your knees. And you can use, if you don't have the meditation chair, you can use like this meditation cushion and come and sit like this for your practice. If for any reason you can't do it on the floor, you can always do it on a chair. Just make sure that both of your feet are flat on the ground and that your back is not pressing against the back of the chair. Now for your hands, you're going to put your right hand underneath your left one, and then you're simply going to put your two thumbs barely touching together, and then you're going to place them right up on your thighs. So basically you want your oval here to be at your tanden level, which is the same as when I talk about the lower dantian, and it's the source of your energy. It's approximately 3 fingers underneath your belly button. So now for your eyes. They're not going to be closed nor open, they're going to be half open. And you're going to be looking at a distance about a 45-degree angle in front of you, or about 1 meter in front. And you're going to be looking vaguely in front of you. Don't focus on just one spot. Okay, for your breath, you're going to be breathing in and out through your nose, and you're going to keep your mouth closed. And you're going to put your tongue at the roof of your mouth. Your breath is going to be very natural and relaxed, and you're going to be breathing in and out through the stomach. Now for the thoughts that arise during your meditation, don't try to examine each one that comes by. You're going to instead try to let them just flow, like a cloud in the sky. Basically, if you want an example, if you have a thought like, oh, I really would like to eat some lasagna, okay? Don't examine it. If you examine it, it would go like this. Oh, so I want to eat lasagna. and so I need to go to store to buy the ingredients. But what ingredients do I need to make lasagna? Oh, you see, it's just continuing that line of thought. Instead, when you have the first thought of, I really want to eat lasagna, well, great. Just, let it go by. That's okay. You'll think about lasagna after your meditation. So when you first start doing Zazen, you can put your focus on your breath that's coming in and out, or on your tanden. And then once you start getting used to it, little by little, you'll notice that you'll naturally have the thoughts that will kind of just flow by. During your practice, you're going to avoid moving. This is a moment of stillness. And it might happen that you'll start getting uncomfortable sensations in your body, like pins and needles, or your legs will go numb. And that's okay. Just like thoughts, you just try to let it go and try to not focus on it too much. If you get any pain in your back, and it only lasts during your meditation, then maybe, you start slumping your shoulders forward and you're not in the right position, or you just need to work a little bit on the flexibility of your back and strengthen it little by little, you'll see your session will be much better after that. But if it persists after the meditation, you see that this has happened several times, then you might want to check with a doctor. But when it comes to the normal pains, especially in the legs, for this, when I was saying just let it go, it's because when I would focus on, oh, this really is uncomfortable, oh, this is really bad, and I just continue on with that thought, not only would it stay, but it would get worse. And when I switched my way of doing things and I started focusing on the breath instead at that moment, well, or the pain would leave naturally, or at least it would go down. So anyway, my session got much better afterwards. So for the time, you're going to start with short sessions. Instead of doing like 2 or 3 sessions in 1 week where you're doing 3 hours at once, then you won't want to continue. So start with like 10 minutes and try to do it as regularly as possible. And then when you start getting comfortable, you can add a little bit of time every so often up until, you get to 30 minutes. After your session is finished, just take out your legs slowly, and especially if you had any pins and needles or numbness sensations in your legs, and then you're just going to rub them for a little while. You can even tap your thighs, and there, your session is finished. If you enjoyed learning this ancient practice, leave a thumbs up and press on that subscribe button. Have a beautiful day. Bye!